Hey, Hannah. So this is where, we're on a piece of our land, this hill here. So it starts somewhere down in this corner, works its way across, through here somewhere, comes over there, goes down this way, and then all this here, all the way to, I don't think you'll be able to see the power line down there. Down to the power line, so all this.
40 acres.
40 acres. So we got a beautiful view of the mountains all around here. And then there's mountains behind us right here. How cool is that?
Super cool.
People have missed you, Dewey. Say hello.
Hey.
Where's Bubba? People have missed you. Bubba's been getting under the bike there. He's got a big grease mark on his head. All right, so what do you guys think? 40 acres. It's in St. David, Arizona. So it's about a 45-minute drive from Tucson. Looks pretty epic, eh? So
we kind of already bought it, so.
Yeah, we've already kind of put an offer on it, and it's already been accepted. And yeah, so it's actually like happening.
We were gonna make the video last week, but
we didn't know everything for sure, so we just wanted to wait until we knew everything for sure. So the thing is with a tiny house is that it's technically illegal. Even if we put a tiny house on that piece of property, it's still technically illegal to do so because it's classified as an RV.
Well, it's illegal to live in it full-time, permanently.
No, it's illegal. What?
It's not illegal to put it there. It's illegal to live in it as your permanent resident.
Yes.
Which is what we're doing.
So this is how we're gonna get around it. We've always wanted to build a slightly larger house, maybe 600 square feet, 700 square feet. So what's really great about Cochise County, which is, we're in Pima County here in Tucson. Cochise County is the county that's right next to us. And it's the same county that Bob and Karen live in, who you've seen featured on this channel before with their awesome cob house. So what's great in Cochise County is that we can apply for a building permit, and it doesn't have to even be like, it can literally be a sketch on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper of where we're gonna put the house and how far it's gonna be away from the septic and the well and from the property line. It doesn't have to be even like, it doesn't have to be like an architect set of drawings or anything like that. It can just be like a random sketch. You get a building permit and you can start building that house, and you can take up to 3 years to do it. And during that time, you're allowed to live in a travel trailer on your property completely legally.
An RV.
In an RV, which is what our tiny house would be classified as. So that's essentially what we're gonna do. So we're gonna live in our tiny house, for 2 to 3 years probably, and build a bigger house on the property. And even after the 3 years, if you don't finish it within 3 years, which we will, is you can get an extension. So
the tiny house though is just gonna like be a guest house, so when we have like friends come or people, like we were even thinking like people want to test out living in a tiny house, like they could rent it from us for like a month or whatever. And the property is so big that initially we were gonna buy a 5-acre piece of property and just like put our house on it, put our tiny house on it. Derek was gonna build like a workshop, whatever. But then when our real estate agent was like, well, I have this one right next to it that's 40 acres and da 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 da, and Derek's mind just started like spinning, and he's like, we could build a community and like all this stuff. So like in the future, like 5 years
down the road,
we would have plots on our land that people could come and like put their tiny houses on and stay, and we'd rent them out. Or we're also going to build other structures, so we want to try and build like a cob house or something like that.
I want to try to build an Earthship greenhouse.
Yeah.
And
greenhouse of the future.
Yeah, it's called the greenhouse of the future. It's just like an Earthship, but it's just a greenhouse. And so doing something like that on that piece of property, because you can opt out of building inspections, which there are not very many places in the United States where you can actually do that. So you apply for a building permit, you tell them what you're doing, but you can do so and not have building inspections, which is like, so the house that we build we won't have to have it inspected by a building inspector, an electrical contractor, or sorry, an electrical inspector or plumbing inspector or whatever. So we can opt out of the building inspections, which is like...
It's like the 9th time you said it.
It's like ridiculous. Like there's not very many places, like I said, in the United States where you can do that. That's how Bob and Karen were able to build their Cobb house with like no problems. Like it was very easy for them to navigate the system in order to do that here in Cochise County.
So we're not going to be like moving there right now. We have to obviously close on it, which doesn't happen until June, end of June. Derek has to finish building the house, which I'm like, slow down, Nelly. Like, we have this lease at our apartment until December, or like, yeah, December 1st. But we still have to get a septic installed. We have to get electrical lines run because we're not going to set up solar right away. It's a lot of money.
We have to get a well drilled, which is probably going to be the biggest ticket item. So there's like still a lot to do, plus there's gonna be land clearing so that we can actually find a spot for our house. So there's still like a lot to go, but this piece of land literally just came on the market. I think it was like, it was like 2 weeks ago. And I think it's just like, it was just the right time.
It's very cool if you guys saw like the drone footage and stuff. There's a big floodplain, and there's tons of washes, but like, we saw a bunny today that was literally the size of Dewey, and we saw a little coyote, and like there's a lot of like agriculture and stuff. So I think our future house, that at least what I have in mind, is gonna be like totally epic, because I want like it on stilts and like the washes running underneath it like a stream, and that's down the road. But it's very exciting. That's what we were gonna tell you guys last week, but we literally went and looked at it last week and we already bought it. Like, it's the only piece of large property left in like Benson and St. David, so. Yeah,
and the zoning of it was really important. Like, it isn't a subdivision or anything like that. So there's no like restrictions or, you know, just bullshit that you'd have to go through in order to do what you wanted to do. So we're really kind of lucky to find that piece of land. We were looking at some 4-acre lots, some 5-acre lots, and they're great. But I don't know, like just when we just kind of walked around and just saw where it was and the view of the mountains in front of us, and then it's kind of like it backs onto a mountain. It's like, it's really got like so much like potential.
It's literally like when you look out down towards the Dragoon Wash or whatever, it's like you're on top of the world. Everything is below you and you can see the mountains, and then if you just climb up on top of one of the big dirt piles, or what are they, hills? I don't know.
Yeah, dirt pile hills kind of thing.
You can see the other mountains on the other side, and I think it'll be actually really cool when like a monsoon comes through. Like, I want to see how the water is, and I think it'll be cool because it'll be kind of like we have a little lake and a river for a couple weeks.
For a couple days or a couple weeks or something, but so yeah, that's what we were kind of working on behind the scenes, and
we did have to buy a car. So we bought an SUV just because there's no way that we could get there and like do what we want to do without having a vehicle.
So if you see us driving around in an SUV, it's just like a little Jeep, what is it, Compass?
Jeep Compass.
Yeah, we bought like a used Jeep Compass.
But it's like brand new.
Yeah, it's only like, it was 2013, but it's only got like 20,000 miles on it.
It's a really good deal.
So that's gonna really help us out, obviously, with getting there, and when we're there, like, we're gonna be pretty far away from a lot of things, so riding our bikes all the time is not gonna be...
Yeah, we're gonna have to get mountain bikes. Benson is a decent town. Like, they have a Safeway, they have a Subway, and they have a Wendy's. So I'm like, we can get baked potatoes, we can get veggie subs, and we can go to Safeway and get groceries, but that's like pretty much it.
And the cool thing about where we're gonna be is that it's on average about 10 degrees cooler there than it is here in Tucson. So, which is great because it gets super hot here in Tucson, so it only get kind of like a little bit less hot, I guess you could say. But yeah, there's so much potential out there, and so many cool projects that I can work on and that Hannah can work on out there. And we're not gonna have like, we'll have neighbors, but what's great about where the lot is that there's a dead end road that goes to the lot. So it's not like there's gonna be any like through traffic or anything like that.
No one's on that road.
Nobody's out there, so which is pretty cool.
Really long.
What's that?
This video is probably really long.
People will watch it because it's so exciting.
Cool.
Cool. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next vlog. Talk to you soon. Peace.